Welcome to the Music Reel. I'm your host, Nicola Burton. I'm very pleased to be speaking with Drewboy today. Now, Drew is an Australian music artist as well as a television personality. Drew, it is lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too, Nicola Burton. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited.
What was the roll of the eyes that you just did? What was that?
The whole TV personality thing is still, it's still a bit much for me, I think.
Yeah, but it's all part of it. It was a journey, and we will talk about that later. But no, well done with what you've been doing. I mean, you're a man who is so much in demand. So you've got your live music shows, your TV, your movies, your modelling. But what I want to talk to you about first is you're the co-founder and the chairperson for the charity Kick On, right? I'd like to hear about how this charity actually came about, the programs that you guys are actually doing in the community, and I guess your long-term vision for how you'd like it to play out over the next few years.
Yeah, so Kick On was born from basically my own journey, really. So I had a totally different life about seven or 8 years ago, which was, on a totally different trajectory. And it was, I was a high voltage electrician, and I was working away in the FIFO industry. I was engaged, about to be married. I got about 8 weeks out from the wedding, and my ex-fiance called the wedding off. So it was pretty devastating. Up until that point, I hadn't really gone through any adversity, really. Like, I was very, very lucky. Still had 4 grandparents. Was super lucky with my upbringing, and just had a really good run. Everything had worked out for me. So, and then when that happened, I just didn't know how to deal with it. So, typical young man, did all of the wrong things, isolated myself, started partying, drinking, not talking to anybody. I was ashamed and embarrassed. So I kept it all in, and I spiraled down really quickly and found myself at rock bottom pretty fast. And from there, I guess I decided to quit my job, become a musician, the only rational thing to do. And I ended up on this totally different journey where I was actually had a bit of time for the first time in my life, and I started volunteering at all these different places, and discovered a passion for mental health and helping other people come through the same kind of thing. And that's, I guess I've seen a big gap in the market where there wasn't a lot of charities with a cool image for younger people, and I had a few pretty left of center ideas, out of the box stuff, and I decided to create Kick On with a good mate of mine, Gus, and it's been amazing ever since. It's the best thing I've ever done.
I think it's such a great thing, because you're right, there's not a lot of charities that can actually connect with that younger age group that have gone through just what you've described, and they need to know that someone can actually relate to their experience. And what you've gone through is so incredibly relatable. And so I'm sorry, I had to have a chuckle when you said I became a musician, because worst possible time in history to become a musician. But it's such a great avenue to actually connect with people and engage and help people to tell their stories. So I think, Kick On sounds like a really great, I guess, almost like a vehicle that you can use for a number of projects.
The hardest part about Kick On is explaining to people what it is, because we do so many different things, like we do school programs, we do FIFO mental health tours, we do women's self-defense courses, we do online stuff, we do suicide intervention training, we do basically anything that we can think of that's, fun and exciting. And I guess for every demographic, it has to be delivered in a different way, and that's something that we understand. Like, it's no good somebody going to the FIFO industry that hasn't worked there. It's no good someone talking to people about relationship breakups if they haven't been through a really bad one. Like, people need that relatability. So
100%. Wow. So you must have been incredibly busy over these last 6 months working with Kick On. Like all other musos have gone, right, I'm watching Netflix. But what have you been doing for the last 6 months?
Oh, it's been crazy. Like, I feel really lucky. Like, I spent 3 months of my isolation out on the farm. So mum and dad have a sheep and cattle property 400 k's west of Brizzy. So I basically went, cool, can't play gigs, I'm going to go out there. And basically I sunk my teeth into everything that Kick On was doing. Obviously we couldn't do any face-to-face talks either. So, we focused on the online stuff. We focused on, just really redeveloping our school program to totally fit in with school curriculum. And it's been amazing. I became a part of a supplement company as well, which is the first supplement company to have ingredients that are actually good for your mental health. And we also donate 50% of our profits to mental health as well. That's called All Good Nutrition. And yeah, it's been, I don't know, I've never been bored. Like, I don't know.
I can't imagine you being bored. There's so many things that you do. I love it. I love it. Now, you also, because you're a man, obviously, that does so much, you're now an ambassador for Polished Man. So can you tell us a little bit about that? Because there's no way I can get money to do that. There's no way, the polished nail. But look, tell us a little bit.
My fingernails are not good.
But tell us all about it, because it sounds like it's a worthwhile cause to be involved in. Yeah,
it's amazing. Look, I've been lucky enough not to have any, have dealt with childhood violence or abuse myself, but I do know quite a few people very closely that have been through that, and I don't know, it just blows my mind that somebody could, kids are the most innocent things in the world that can't stick up for themselves, and it really gets me to think of some of the stuff that some of my mates have been through and other kids have to go through. So yeah, I was obviously more than happy to put my hand up for that. And I think the hardest part about it is painting my nails. I didn't realise how tough it is. You girls, I take my hat off to you.
Yeah, you're only doing 2. Imagine if you're doing 10. So well done.
Yeah, they need a touch up. They're not good at the moment.
But it's a really, like you said, it's a really important cause. And as I said previously, I think music is such an important vehicle to be able to communicate with humanity and say, look, this is actually what's going on. And as a musician, you have got, I think, a tour coming up later this year. Is it happening later this year? Tell me a little bit about what where you're hoping to go, and I guess what you're hoping to do in the community while you're sort of on tour.
Yeah, so it's very it's not really up to us at the moment. It's kind of up to Mr. COVID and the restrictions. But look, I want to go everywhere, obviously. But I think we'll start with the Queensland tour, and then we will just pick out the places that we actually can go. Like it's very restricted at the moment. And because of that, I think it's going to be really cool, but we'll do it as a duo instead of the full band. And it'll be very intimate and very cool. We've been working really hard on the show, and I'm really excited because we're going to do some very different stuff. So I want everyone to walk away and go, wow, I didn't expect that. So we might see some different things in there,
But that's so good, because people are starved. They're ready for something different. They're ready just to go out and just have fun again. So I think it's going to go really well for you. But I do want to talk about the single, because obviously that will be coming out at the same time as the tour. So the single's called At First Sight. Obviously that's a reference to Married at First Sight that you appeared in earlier this year. Michael in our office is obsessed with Married at First Sight. I just need to tell you that, like, obsessed. Now, I know, look, it's a hugely popular show, and it's very polarizing. So I guess I'm curious to hear how you came out with a song after this experience. Can you enlighten us at all about how this happened?
Yeah, look, it would be my pleasure. So, I was coerced into, like, writing a song while I was on the show, and I was very reluctant until right at the end, and I was like, no, this could actually be good, and it could be, I finally got into a different frame of mind where, Casey and I weren't, my partner and I on the show, we weren't really getting along that well, and I wasn't having the best time in there. So I decided to try and write a song about my experience in the show, but also something that relates to everybody. And I grabbed onto the concept that everyone's a stranger until they meet for the first time. So, and I wrote it for all of the people that, have fallen in love with a stranger, and people that haven't met their stranger yet, but, it was kind of a cool concept, and I grabbed hold of that. And I was so happy with it. Like it really kind of blew me away with what it came out of. And it was a good challenge. Like I really enjoyed it, and I'm super happy with the song that came out of it. And I think it's a very lovely, deep kind of, connection that now I can have to the show, and it's a positive thing. And I had good times on there as well, so I can focus on those.
Yeah, but I think it's worthwhile because the show is so good in helping us to question ourselves in relationship, and that's a good thing. Regardless of anything else, it's good to get people to start thinking about, you know, what am I like when I'm in relationship and all the stuff that comes up. And to write a song like that, I think, is just so beautiful. It's like this lovely legacy from that show that you've created that you can share with other people. So we're very excited.
Has many gave you a listen yet?
Yes, yeah. I really like it. I really like it. So I can't wait for you to actually release it and get it out there, because I think it'll give people something a bit different to sort of when you're thinking about relationships. So yeah, I love it. Well done. So look,
October 1st, I think we're going to bring it out.
October 1st?
It is.
Okay.
No, I don't think it is. It's locked in.
It is October 1st. You've heard it here first. I'll make sure I'll put all the links in so that you guys can actually get in touch with this song. But look, Drew, it's been lovely to hear about what you've been doing. And I guess what I like about watching you is that you're not just doing the one thing, you're actually using music and using your experience to go out and make change in the community. And, you know, we need more of that. So it's just been so lovely to hear your story and talk to you today. Thank you so much. Take care, and I can't wait to see you when you're out on tour. Yeah,
I'd love to catch up. We'll grab a coffee or something.
We will.
It's good. You might as well use the platform for something a bit more, you know, wholesome than selling teeth whitening kits or something. So,
love it. Drewboy, thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks, mate. Have a great day. Bye.